Chief Executive John Lee today delivered his second policy address with the theme A Vibrant Economy for a Caring Community. New policies include a major adjustment to the city's property market cooling measures, the lowering of the stamp duty on stock transfer, and the building of more public housing units. To encourage childbirth, the government is giving parents of each newborn baby a $20,000 handout. The CE also looks set to further strengthen the city's national security and patriotic education. Jackie Lin begins our coverage.
In Chief Executive John Lee's second blueprint for the city, one major move is the relaxation of stabilizing measures for Hong Kong's property market, policies that have been in place for more than a decade.
The government has to come to a decision after making an assessment of the situation of Hong Kong, which includes not just locally, but also internationally, because property market is highly affected by interest rate and also by sentiment. It's time to relax some measures.
They include easing a stamp duty that aims to curb short-term speculation activities. This special stamp duty, equivalent to 10% of the home price, was levied if the owner resold the property within 3 years of purchase. Now it will be waived if the property is resold within 2 years. Halved rates too for both non-permanent residents buyer's stamp duty and levies on additional properties bought by locals. Both are slashed from 15% to 7.5%. The government will no longer require eligible overseas talent to pay stamp duty upfront on their newly bought property, and they will then be charged the levy only if they fail to become permanent residents. It's understood if the home buyers still do not get their permanent residency in Hong Kong after 7 years, authorities will offer an extra 2 years of buffer. After the deadline, they have to pay the stamp duty within 30 days. Citizens have mixed views over the latest property market measures. Ms. Chung here said with a halved stamp duty, home buyers can save 15 to 20% of their costs when buying an apartment.
Personally, quite bearish about the market. I think the supply on the housing is going to rise quite rapidly, right, in the upcoming 5 to 10 years, given other policies, right. So, and in our generation, I don't think it's a rush or it's like so much of a religion to buy a flat.
Efforts too on boosting land supply. In the next 10 years, the supply of spade-ready sites is expected to reach 3,370 hectares. 1,400 hectares will come from the Northern Metropolis project. The government targets to iron out details of the development plans and all land uses in the mega project next year. 40% of the apartments at the Northern Metropolis to be built by 2032. Another centerpiece of development, the Kao Yi Chau Artificial Islands, is set to offer 400 hectares of land over the next 10 years. Environmental impact assessments will kick off this year. The MTR Corporation will also be invited to study the development of lands around Hung Hom Station alongside the government. They encompass the 10 hectares of land south of the Hong Kong Coliseum and the areas near the harbourfront and pier. To increase incentives for developers to redevelop old districts, the CE proposed to ease the plot ratios at designated areas in Yau Ma Tei and Mong Kok and remove the plot ratio restriction in commercial areas near Nathan Road. The CE also said there's no major development plans to build public housing on the city's greenbelt areas following a previous feasibility study. Authorities instead will look into the possibility to use some of these protected areas for leisure and tourism purposes. The Development Bureau will conduct public consultation work in the first half of next year. Jackie Lin, TVB News.